I mean, I think at the end of the day, most people, if you're in the real estate space here, you're typically, if you think you need a partner, it's because you need capital, right? And I think that's different than maybe other businesses where someone's bringing, a different level of expertise. I would say that the best advice would be date before you get married, right? For sure. If you can, whether it's being on the sidelines in another deal, real estate perspective wise, being on the sidelines of another deal they're in, working together in some sort of something that has a set time, whether it's like, oh, this thing's a 3 month project, even like a 1 year project. Whereas like more of a business, you're kind of starting with no real definitive end date. You're like, hey, we're going to get in, we're going to do this, and we're going to do this until we, reach X or sell it, but it's not a timeline. And so I think if you're in something that doesn't have a timeline, you need to be a lot more cognizant around knowing the person and then also building in contingency plans. Like, if you first meet anybody, it's the same way as you're dating, whether it's a business partner or what. When you first meet, your sparks connect and it's like, oh, this is going to be amazing. But you still need to be like, well, what if we get a divorce, right? And like nobody wants to talk about that, but like putting down, and that really comes into more of like an operating agreement and things like that, where in some of my early businesses, I didn't structure that as much as I definitely should have. And if you're barring, a big difference in kind of capital ownership, I think the person with the most entrepreneurial age needs to be the person who's the majority owner. Because I've made that mistake in the past where I was the older entrepreneur age, but I didn't have majority. And when things didn't work, I definitely think I could have changed the trajectory of things earlier if I had control. But, we live and we learn.